Hello guys and welcome back to TNT Madness. Today I'm going to be redoing my video that I did about 6 months ago, which is how to regen or build regen walls, because there are a few flaws in that video and now I have moved on a bit and got a bit more experience of recording, so I'm just going to redo that video and hopefully it turns out alright. I'm also doing this video because a few things happened the other day, which was I managed to sprain my ankle. It's quite badly sprained, and even after 3 days after I've done it, it's still really sore and I haven't been able to do really anything. That's why I didn't do any videos on Sunday, because I was planning on doing a server update, which I hopefully will be doing this weekend, but just because of that I've been sort of out of it at the moment. But I'm still going to push on and do this video anyway. So essentially what a regen wall is just a wall that after you destroy it or hybrid cannon it instantly regenerates. So it means it's a wall that is really hard to get through because you fire at it and then it's still there. It's really hard to get through. There's a few ways that you generally can get through them, which is by firing at the top of it and they'll blow it up, so then the lava turns into obsidian because the water backfires. But if you put the water beside it like this, it doesn't do that. You can double tap it, which is alright. But generally on the whole, if you have someone who's very, very basic, then this is an extremely strong wall that you can make. And also, it's not super straightforward to build as you think it would be, but I will be explaining how to build it, and I still think it is one of the best walls in the game. And there are tons of variations of regen walls, but this is the basic one, and is still one of the most prized possession walls in the game. So anyway, let's have a look at it in action. So this is based off the very simple mechanic in the game, which is cobblestone regeneration, which is used if you ever want an infinite supply of cobblestone or something along those lines. So pretty much what happens is anywhere between these blocks, if there is an open space, then it will generate cobblestone. So if someone hybrids this wall and they destroy a block, then it will instantly gen into cobblestone. You can do this as many times in as many positions as you want, and as you can see, it just about always instantly gens into cobblestone. And even if you do it along the top here, these will still turn straight away into cobblestone, so you can't fire on the top here and absolutely destroy them. Do it absolutely anywhere and it will just all regenerate. The only way that you can really get through is using a regen buster and all sorts. I am not the best guy for explaining this, as I haven't built a regen buster before, but for general case scenario, they are really strong, just as you can really hard to get through. And a recommendation for building these is I build these rather close to your base, like preferably as close to your base as possible. Or if you're going to have just your base be wraps and you're going to build one of these, build this as your first wall, not as your last one, as it's going to be your hardest defense to get through, and it can throw a lot of people off. So anyway, now on to the tutorial. So now onto the tutorial. What you're going to need is you're going to need some building blocks, a lot of lava. I'd recommend you have some sort of home set in the nether where you're beside a lava lake, as you'll be needing quite a lot of lava, as it's not just one stream of lava, there is actually lava in each of the individual source blocks, which I'll get onto later as we're building this. And you're going to need some water source blocks, and you're not going to need many of these, but I recommend that you have some sort of infinite water source pool or something along those lines. So what we have here is what's going to be the outline for our thing. The first thing we need to do is generate the cones of our actual walls, and you can extend this out as far as you like. We're only going to be building 2 for this video, but you can extend these out as far as you like. So let's say the cone would be here. I recommend that if you have some sort of, when you're laying out your base, that you lay out the bottom like this and then fill them up later, just so you can lay them out. And you can build them like this, and then you can, it's very easy to go around corners, as you can just essentially place another one along here like so. But that's for later on, after you've actually learned how to build this thing. So the first thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be actually getting rid of all of these fancy little blocks under here. We're going to be placing a block at whatever height we want, but what we want to do is we want to place lava underneath both of these blocks, and then we want to wait for this to go down to the very bottom of your base. I recommend that you have slabs or blocks or something to catch the lava, so that way it doesn't spread everywhere. But for this is just going to be hitting the void, so it won't matter to us. And after it is hit the bottom, then we can start generating the cones. You don't actually have to build that giant cobblestone cone, or what I used was stained glass. So what you want to do now is place water on top of them like so, and as you can see, this will start generating the cones. And the one thing that you're going to have to do is, after we have actually built this, after all of this has generated, is you're going to want to extend the cones upward to sky limit, so that way we can actually place the water on the sides, which I'll show in a second. So now after we done that, we want to get rid of all of this, and you want to get rid of the obsidian. And now, like I said, since you're placing the water at this height, I'm assuming you're building this at sky limit, then you just want to bring up each of your walls by that amount of blocks. And now you can do what you have to do is something that I find extremely painful, is you have to fill up the individual blocks along here. Fill up all the middle blocks in here with lava. One thing that you can do, however, is when you are generating this wall, you can, before you place the water down, you can have like a slope here, so that way when you have it along here, when the water goes down here, it will not actually generate this line of cobblestone. However, you will have to fill that in later. It doesn't really matter, it just makes it a lot easier when actually building your regen wall. So now that you have done that, you are now going to want to go ahead and fill up every single block here with lava. If you do not place lava in these, don't place them as source block lava, like if you just have it flow down like so, then it will not regenerate. So just a huge no there. So make sure you place lava in all of this. So now that we have done that, what you want to do now is just get your water, and you want to place it on every block on the outside like so, and then after you've done that, it should look something like this. And when you are building your next wall along this, you can place it at this level here. The water does go out from there, but this is where you can place your next wall, which will be 2 blocks away from the very edge of your wall on either side. So now that you've built this, it is very easy to test to see if it works. Just go down with your pickaxe or try out your hybrid cannon or something, and then go ahead and just break cobblestone, just break really anywhere, even at the top if you want to, and just see if it actually breaks or not. And if it regens, then it works, and if it doesn't, then you've screwed up. And that's one way that you can rate it, is if you have a block here where it can go overwards, but that doesn't really matter. I'll get on in a later video one day of how to actually raid regen walls properly, as there are several ways, and I have mainly made videos on how to actually build stronger regen walls rather on how to raid them. So once you've done that, you should be all good to go, and that's pretty much the end of this tutorial. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave it a like, but goodbye from TNT.